Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the Wisdom Oracle and see what Spirit is bringing through for the overall energy of your reading. Thinker. This is card 44. That stands out to me. So Divine is saying that you are divinely protected. Even in your thoughts, you're protected. You may have had some thoughts that have come to your mind that have been worrisome or anxiety inducing. Spirit is reminding you that you have the power to speak divine protection over your thoughts so that whatever comes into your mind, it helps you. Okay? Focusing on thoughts that help you to do what you want to do, what it is that you really truly desire to do. Okay? There may have been some thoughts that you've had that have led you to anxiety or fear, but you can take control over those energies and shift your thoughts to something positive to set yourself up for the success that you deserve. Okay? Also here, your mental energy is taking you to a higher level of manifestation. I see those like levels there. So she's here, right? But maybe she doesn't realize that she can think on this level. Perhaps you're limiting yourself in what it is that you can actually achieve. Ask yourself how high your thoughts are taking you, because you can go higher. You deserve more than perhaps what you're allowing yourself to think you deserve within your imagination. Okay? Yeah. You deserve better and more than what you've been giving yourself credit for. This also extends to your self-talk. How do you speak to yourself? Do you talk to yourself in a gentle way? I know sometimes it's easy to criticize ourselves, like we just get into that mode of putting ourselves down. But in that moment when you realize that you're doing that, choose to switch to a higher mode, a higher vibe, a higher frequency. Thank you, Spirit. What archetype card do you have for this beautiful being? Messiah. Align your thoughts and your self-talk with that of the Messiah. You are such a gift to this earth. You're a gift to the world. And there's somebody or some situation that's been leading you to forget that. That's why you've been in this lower vibe, or you've had these lower vibe thought patterns, because that's not really you. This energy is you. Okay? Serving humanity with humility. This is your light. You have the ability to shed light on knowledge, on truth, and on things that are very, very important for people to understand about themselves and about the world around them and about their place here, about their importance here. That's why you're here. So if you're not remembering your importance, are you able to help other people remember theirs? Maybe you grew up being told that you shouldn't think highly of yourself. Oh, hell yeah, you should. Because when you love yourself, you're better able to love others. 4:14 on the timer. I said that in the other reading. I've been seeing 4s and 1s and 1s and 4s all the time. So yeah, that's coming through. But you're protected. And your self-love is protected. The thoughts that you dwell on are protected. That's very important at this time because you've got something big that's coming. Prince. Romantic charm and potential for power. What you bring to this world, you make it look good. It feels good. So it's not just that it is good. It feels good. It feels welcoming. People are very attracted to you. It's like you vibrate on the frequency of love. That's who you are. That's what you are. Okay? Let's take a look at some tarot. Thank you, Divine. What messages regarding this beautiful being's current situation or conflict are coming through for them to know? There's the King of Swords. King of Swords keeps coming through in the readings. Oh. I think that Prince card is about something on a deeper level than just, not on a deeper level, but on a different level. It's a different aspect. It is romance. It is charm. We have a King of Swords here who's coming towards an Emperor. Now this could be masculine, feminine energy. It could be two masculine energies. It doesn't matter. Let's not get hung up on gender, but there's a King of Swords here who knows what they want in an Emperor. Okay? And this is someone who wants to approach an Emperor. Because they know what they see. They see the stability that the Emperor provides. They see the experience that the Emperor has. They know the value that the Emperor brings because of their experience, because of their maturity. The King of Swords loves that the Emperor is all kings combined. The King of Swords, the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands. The Emperor has seen it all. And there they are on their throne. They're ready for another experience with them. I feel like this is a situation where this King of Swords has already been in an experience or relationship with the Emperor. Okay? And take it as it resonates. If your Emperor is actually an Empress, then okay. If your King of Swords is actually a Queen of Swords, then okay. But this is how it's coming through. So this is for somebody, okay? They want another go round. But this go round feels fortunate. It feels like a go round that brings luck and experience, because we've been around this wheel before and we learned something. Because let's remember, we're a king and an emperor. So this is not page energy, okay? This is going to be an experience that lasts. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is about not giving up. This is about dedication. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Oh, you know what? I want this Divine Masculine deck. What else can you tell us about this energy here? Someone's contemplating about returning to this union, okay? And I feel like there's already been contemplation. This King of Swords is the one that's coming back to the Emperor. So they have already been contemplating. All right, and they have a confession. There's something that this King of Swords is going to confess to the Emperor. Tell us more, Spirit. All right, so this King of Swords, the reason why they're coming back is because in their contemplation, they've realized that sometimes they have worn a mask. They have not presented themselves as the real deal that they really are. There's something that they've been hiding. What is it that they've been hiding, Divine? What has this King of Swords been hiding that now they want to confess or share? Okay. First of all, there could be a Taurus here. It doesn't have to be. Or just a lot of Taurus energy or placements in one or the other person's chart. Okay. But also, this is a King of Swords that wants to be more open about their true feelings and who they really are. I feel like this King of Swords is realizing now a truth about themselves that they were not ready to admit or accept or celebrate about themselves. This is about them realizing that before they were pretending regarding who they're attracted to. But now they're ready to confess who they really are to this Emperor. I feel like this Emperor is also being presented as the Emperor because they've been who they are. Okay? They've been through it. I see that this Emperor came out at a young age. Okay? And so this Emperor, I see them having gone through a lot of difficulties in high school during their teenage years. They may have faced bullying. I see them experiencing a lot of painful bullying and a lot of painful rejection by their parents. I'm feeling it. This Emperor earned their status as the Emperor, okay? They've been through a lot. And that's one reason why this King of Swords is so deeply attracted to this Emperor, because this Emperor has shared experiences with them that no one else would be able to hold their hand through and support them through. And they're able to do that because they've been through it themselves. They have been through the depths of hell. I feel like this has been on a very deep level where this Emperor has experienced a lot of depression because of the rejection that they faced from their family and friends, okay? People who were pretending to be friends but were not always accepting of who they truly are. So this King of Swords is ready to embrace themselves, and they're ready to walk a path with this Emperor where they can truly be who they are. They feel a very deep connection with telepathy there. So there's definitely a very, very deep connection here where they're sharing messages with one another, songs with one another, maybe having dreams of each other. I feel like this King of Swords is kind of caught off guard because as the King of Swords, they're sort of usually in their more analytical, logical mindset where they're not really in tune with emotions and feelings, and I feel like that could be one reason why it's taken them longer to face some of the emotions that they've had to face in order to embrace their path fully and to truly accept who they are on all levels. This King of Swords has suffered from some feelings of low self-esteem. I see them looking in the mirror, questioning themselves, who am I? Okay? Lots of 1414 on the timer. Lots of questions regarding who they are and who they're willing to be in front of other people. Okay? I feel like this King of Swords could have a position or a job where they interact with other people. And so they have been honest about who they are, like in the dark. That's what I'm getting. Okay? I don't know if I would technically say that they've been like on the down low, but there are just certain groups that they have felt comfortable with being who they are, and other groups they have sort of hidden themselves or their truth. And it's been to protect themselves though. It's been to protect themselves. So now they're ready. They're ready to share their love in public. PDA is coming through. I feel like they're ready for that. Like, that's something that perhaps they were not willing to experience before. And I'm getting that this emperor wanted that. Like, this emperor is like, hey, the whole world is my kingdom. The whole world is my empire. This emperor is not afraid of anything, because they went through this these phases of acceptance at a much younger age. Okay. But a lot of the encouragement that this emperor has given to the King of Swords has motivated them to embrace themselves on an even deeper level. Because the King of Swords was already embracing himself, or themselves, okay? These could be two females, okay? But there are levels to it. And so this King of Swords is ready to go deeper, to accept themselves on a deeper level. All right? They walked away. So that's why now they want to come back. Because at one time they walked away. Okay? But now they're ready to make a return, because Lovable came out after. All right? So now they're ready to come back. And they're going to confess something here. So I don't know if you're the King of Swords or you're the Emperor, but this King of Swords is ready to make a confession. What else, Spirit? Okay, so I see a lot of what this King of Swords has experienced. They were involved with someone who emotionally manipulated them, and they were with someone who was, well, the King of Swords would describe them as demonic and diabolical. Okay, and they emotionally manipulated them. This is one reason why they were slower to come out, because they have experienced a lot of discrimination and a lot of torture. I would say social torture because of who they are. So this is a previous partner that they had who played games with them and threatened to expose their sexuality. Cruel. You know, it's hard for me to believe, but this is another person in the LGBTQ plus community who was going to do this to them. Yeah. No wonder why they see them as a demon, okay? Because it would take a demon to do something like that. This is a person who wanted to steal from them. And so because they wanted to steal from them, they sort of held their sexual identity over their head and used it as blackmail. There could be a Gemini involved. This Gemini could have been the person that they dated before and that left them so hurt. Or they could be, the King of Swords could be the Gemini, okay? So it has taken them a long time to heal from this, okay? Because that was so painful. And I feel like they involved family members in this. It became a whole hot mess. I'm seeing a whole mess of it was just a clusterfuck of a situation. And this person, because the theft card is there, yeah, robbery, burglary, embezzlement, and larceny. So this previous lover to the King of Swords, they held their sexual identity over their head and used this as blackmail in order for them to give them money. This is a person who was very desperate. They may have struggled with addictions, and that is one reason why this person was so driven to do something so awful and ugly to this King of Swords. And so if you are the Emperor, Divine is just bringing this through so that I feel like you would already know what this person has been through, because it seems like There's been a lot of energy that's been shared, and it feels like they've confided in you, but Divine is just reiterating that this person has been through a lot of painful experiences. So it's up to you whether or not you allow them back into your life. They are coming back as the Knight of Cups, so they're coming back with some confessions and some laying it all out on the table. They have a lot of guilt and remorse for walking away. It's possible that they mistreated you, and perhaps they attributed some of their actions, the way that they treated you, to the way they had been treated. Okay, that's possible. There's binding here, but it feels like this King of Swords may have tried some binding work in order to bring the Emperor to them. I see like a come to me spell or a come to me ritual. It feels like there was some energetic manipulation here. So here we have feminine abundance, feminine energy. This is fertility, goddess, empress energy. So this King of Swords sees this connection with the Emperor as something that brings about abundance and prosperity and good vibes. Also, it feels like this is something that they want to explore with the Emperor. With the King of Swords, that is a very masculine energy. Okay, so what is coming through there more naturally for this person is more logical, analytical, like focused thinking. But what they are able to explore and feel with the Emperor, even though the Emperor 2222, they feel balanced with this Emperor. That's what it is. They feel that there's a beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energies between the two. They feel like they're able to get more in touch with their feminine energy so that they are more balanced, because the world has always seen this King of Swords as very masculine. And so now they are much more willing to get in touch and in tune with their feminine energy. And this is something that they feel that this Emperor brings out of them, that they're able to explore. I also feel like this is something that with this binding, it could be that they feel some guilt and remorse for doing this binding work. But I feel like the reason, not that I'm making excuses for them, okay? Not at all. Because the only situation in which I feel that it's appropriate to do binding rituals on your mate is when your mate has made a commitment to you. They know that you are in a committed relationship together. You have both signed up for that. And you just want to send healing energy to your connection and protect it from outside forces that would try to bring you down or bring dissension and chaos into your realm. That's the only situation in which I feel that it is appropriate to bind a lover to you or you to them. So they may be feeling guilty about this binding work that they did. They may confess that with this Knight of Cups coming back, or they might not, but it's there, okay? But I also feel that this binding is something that they just naturally feel when they're with this Emperor, because they are able to explore both their masculine and feminine energies and feel much more balanced, okay? Okay. Let me see what the outcome is. Now I'm like, okay, how's this gonna work out? Okay, Spirit. Oh, let me use this deck. Divine, what's the outcome for this situation? We got Knight of Swords. They are rushing in. They're not going to take a lot of time. They're like, I'm going to just come in and say what I got to say. The Magician. Okay, they really want to manifest this connection. It's almost as if they've been in contemplation for so long that now they're like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Nine of Pentacles. So there could be more of a focus here with the Emperor to want to be sort of independent at this time. They may be feeling a little bit, okay, we've got Eight of Wands, so there's definitely going to be confusion here. Or sorry, oh, confusion. You know why I said that? Because here we've got Five of Wands reversed with the King of Swords. But what I meant to say was communication. But I feel like the reason why that Nine of Pentacles is there is because the Emperor might feel that there's some confusion. Like they might need some time to think about this. I feel like, okay, if you are the King of Swords, it's not to say that you shouldn't come in quickly, but just make sure that you're giving the Emperor time to process this, because coming in with the Knight of Swords, it may be so quick and lots of information and lots that the Emperor is presented with, and then if you're so motivated to create this outcome that you want, then they're like, let me just focus on being alone at this time. That's what it feels like the Emperor would say. What effect would it have on the outcome if it's more of a slower approach or a very peaceful, calm approach? Ooh, Ace of Wands, baby. Okay, so that's it right there. It feels like if you are the the King of Swords, it feels like come in for sure, communicate what you need to communicate, but it's like Knight of Swords energy where you're coming rushing in, saying what you got to say, and I'm the magician and I'm going to make this happen, versus more of a, I'm getting a strength card where it's like you're coming in, you're collected, you're strong, and you're communicating with the Eight of Wands what you want to say. Gathering the strength of all the experience and the contemplation that you've been through, that you've done over this period of time. Okay? Yeah, this Emperor might just need more slower communication, or a little bit slower communication, very calming communication to be able to process this. But with the Ace of Wands, it looks like with a very peaceful, calm approach, that's where you get your, that's where you get what you want. With that nice Ace of Wands there, okay? All right, let me pull a couple of these and see what Spirit has to say here. Thank you, Divine. What messages do you have for this beautiful being? Oh, I love this. This is a beautiful, I feel like this is such a beautiful story of personal evolution and the willingness to do the work that's needed within in order to produce the effect or the outcome that you want around you in your relationship. It's really beautiful. And the energy of both the King of Swords and the Emperor feels so good. So good. I feel like these are two very beautiful people who have both been through a lot. Thunderstorm, that is what you've been through. This is about, yeah, okay, so look, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil. Okay? Opportunity to overcome. So I feel like this is the message from Spirit, where you want to have peaceful communication and allow it to be a process where you're not just talking, but you're able to converse about this. And if they have questions as you're talking, you can both talk about it. Shooting Star, wish granted, moment in time, luck, dynamic, okay? Brilliant. Fine print. So Divine is saying to read the fine print. I feel like there's something about the approach. That's really what Divine is saying, to be aware of the approach that you take. Not to be, and you might not even be the King of Swords, you might be the Emperor, okay? But there's a need here to pay attention to detail, to look closer. Also, that's what the Emperor is going to end up doing. They are going to be looking at the fine print. They're going to be, and that's probably what they need time to do. Because the King of Swords is going to present what they have contemplated and where they are. But then the Emperor is going to need some time to process. They're going to need some time to take a look at it and see how they feel about that. And if you are the King of Swords, Divine says, don't let that get to you. It's just a part of their process of protecting themselves, because they've been through a lot too. Oh, we've got a Dear John letter. So this is about rejection and the cold hard truth. Breaking up, setting boundaries, a strained situation. I feel like that is the fear. That's the fear of coming back. That perhaps is why there's been a lot of fear with the Knight of Cups, is like, what's going to happen? We've got Emerald, healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, peace, and soul restoration. Okay? And then we've got still, refinement, fine tune. So what I'm really getting is that there could be, you know what's coming through? Yeah. This Emperor is going to need time to review the fine print, because remember that King of Swords did walk away. So they took that as that Dear John letter. And maybe they have some feelings about that, some hurt and pain. And so because of that, they're looking at the fine print saying, okay, I'm listening. What is it that you have to say? What really happened here? Why did you leave? Why did you end things like that? And I feel like as long as the King of Swords is willing to take accountability for how things ended, there is a very high possibility that there could be healing here. And we already saw that Ace of Wands. So I do feel like there's going to be another renewed spark, okay, between the two. All right, let's see here. I'm going to pull a couple. You know what? I want these. The Messy Truth deck, because these are good for like relationship repair, relationship like breakups and things like that, which I feel like that is definitely a big part of this reading, is the fact that there was a breakup. Divine, what is the guidance moving forward, or any guidance that you have for this beautiful being with this situation? So somebody here feels like a bridge was burned. Okay, somebody feels like a bridge was burned. They also feel like there was this back and forth dynamic. Unsent messages. So this King of Swords or the Emperor could have been sending, or preparing a message but not sending it, wanting to communicate but not going through with it. And there's definitely been a no contact zone here. But Divine is bringing through that it was like muted but not moved on. So hiding feelings, still hurting. So there's still been some pain there and some emotions that needed to be expressed. So it feels like this conversation, this Knight of Cups of coming back, would give the opportunity to express those emotions. And truth hurts, reality check, wake up call, clear eyes. I feel like for both the King of Swords and the Emperor have had this feeling of knowing that the truth hurts. That time spent away from each other, it's like a lot of questions were being asked, both on a personal level and interpersonal, questioning, why are we having this distance between us? Why is this necessary? Why is there a lack of communication? All of those questions were coming up. Back and forth feelings, unstable affection. Yeah, if there is to be a coming together again, there must be understanding and more stability, because this is not healthy. Okay, I'm grateful that Divine shows us why. Okay, but yeah, it's important that there is stability for both people so that there can be security and a feeling of safety. Okay, knowing that you're safe in that relationship. Okay, I'm going to pull an Astro Persona, and then we'll close with an Oracle card. Thank you, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to know? Mystical force, no limits, and humanitarian. I feel like all that you've been through, whether you're the Emperor or the King of Swords, I'm definitely talking to someone who has been through a lot as far as their identity and embracing who you are and deciding that no matter who you are, you're okay with being who you are 100% 24/7. Okay? And so because of that, because of all the work that you've done to accept yourself on all levels, you're able to help others to do that as well. And just by you living your truth and being who you are, you're helping humanity. You're helping others to see a wonderful example of self-acceptance. Also, this is Aquarius energy. So that's about being different and not being afraid to be different. Not trying to be like everybody else. So Divine says that that's one of the many beautiful things about you, is that you are not afraid to shine as the unique being that you are, okay? You are a mystical force. So Divine is saying that apart from this love situation, you have a lot going for you regarding your spiritual nature. And so Divine is saying to align with that. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed with topics of love or concerns of love. I know that sometimes it can be very consuming, but Spirit is reminding you that you have a really important purpose here regarding your spiritual nature, and Divine wants you to use your spiritual gifts, okay? And in fact, that could be a really great diversion at this time if you do happen to feel consumed mentally by issues of love. It can be a beautiful thing just to focus on your spirituality and allow that to be a healing experience for you as you also navigate issues of love. Okay? So let's say, for example, if you have this talk with this lover or this person and you have the conversation, you're going to need something to kind of ground you or comfort you. So you could do something related to your spiritual gifts. You could create something, you could write something, you could share something on social media that you came up with. So use your spirituality as a way to balance your everyday life and matters that you experience and love. Divine is reminding you with Jupiter in the 8th house that you have no limits, okay? This is also Scorpio energy with the 8th house. So no taboos, exploratory sex, popular, into the occult sex, death and the afterlife. Woo! Strategic, mysterious, and spiritual. So you are a very deeply spiritual person, and that comes through in your sensual nature as well. So I feel like there are things that you're going to create that have to do with your spiritual and sensual experiences. Okay, so you might want to think about ways that you can create and contribute to what's out there already about very sensual spiritual energy that would help you to continue to embrace who you are, but also help others to embrace who they are. If you are a member of the LGBTQ plus community, you might want to talk about something regarding spirituality and sensuality within the LGBTQ plus community. You might not want to do that. You might want to just make it for anybody or everybody, but that's just coming through that you might want to do that. Okay, it's an idea. Thank you, Spirit. I'm being called to pull one of these love messages cards, or love oracle cards. Thank you, Divine. What do you have for this beautiful being? What do you want them to know? Ooh. I think these came out in another recent reading, but you've got twin flame and abundance. You're manifesting a very deep soul connection with a divine soulmate that brings a lot of abundance. Now, I know we see money on this card, but it's not just about cash flow. This is about abundance that comes to you within your heart space. If this is a twin flame relationship that has come through in this reading, it feels like it very well could be. That could be one reason for the level of depth that's there. I sense a lot of depth between you. That's also why the mystical, spiritual vibe is coming through, because the way that you manifest your twin flame is doing your soul's work. Seriously. So no matter how it goes between you and your twin, Divine is saying that there will be blessings for you on this journey, especially as you create and align with your spiritual nature. That is very important. That's how you're going to manifest success here. Let me get a twin flame oracle message. Now I'm really excited because I'm getting twin flame energy. Thank you, Divine. What message would this beautiful being's twin flame send them? What is the message from their twin flame? Okay, I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. Yes. I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday and understand I was reacting in fear. Okay. That could be either from the King of Swords or the Emperor. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck? You show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. So that aligns with that telepathy card that came through. This is a very deep, beautiful connection. Divine is just saying to act from a place of genuine care and honesty, but know that everything happens in divine timing. Okay, and please remember to focus on your spiritual gifts and developing those, because that's going to help you to attract the vibe that you need within this connection. I'm feeling like Divine Masculine card. Divine Masculine. Yes, Spirit? Yes, okay. Okay, so let's see what's coming through. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Oh, okay. We're good. Midas. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I've got a short that's cycling around. You've got the Midas touch. I saw that today. All right, so let's see, Midas. I won't read the part, just to save time, I won't read the part about actually like King Midas, but I will read the message from him. Okay, okay. So it says, gently consider where you are choosing to prioritize your valuable time and energy. When pursuing a desire, the chase is often more about the experience or emotion than the actual attainment of the object itself. Midas's message. Sometimes the only thing worse than your dreams not coming true is for them to come true with unexpected or undesirable consequences. When based on distorted desire, the pursuit of happiness can be ineffectual. Attainment without self-actualization can leave you feeling trapped in a glided cage or gilded cage of your own making. Strive to build a life you are content with based on the daily functioning of your reality. Then, when the big things happen and they don't fix all your problems, it won't be a massive letdown. Yeah, so I feel like Divine is saying to focus on yourself and your spiritual gifts and allow the connection to manifest in divine timing, okay? What is often conceptualized as happiness can be described as joy. Joy is a temporary peaking of elation which can feel even more noticeable when shared with contrasting emotions. If you were in constant joy, elation would no longer be a peak. It would no longer feel as good. Good feelings fluctuate, and that's okay. Pursue happiness while also considering if you are trying to bypass other emotions. Okay, and then I'll read the last one because it's a long one. And I gotta keep these short so I get all the captions on there, okay? But I'm grateful for this message. I know it's helping me. I hope it's helping you. All right. Being content does not mean that you stop desiring change and no longer have goals to strive towards. Enjoy the process and don't connect your happiness to the outcome. The journey will feel so fruitful and rewarding that the outcome will be the cherry on top of an already awesome Sunday. I love that. So your life is already an awesome Sunday, okay? And I feel like with the process that you've gone through of accepting yourself, loving yourself, being who you are, you've already got such a beautiful life. You really do. And you've been through so many experiences that have been tough that a lot of other people can draw strength from as well, okay? And what's coming through is to focus on your spirituality, your spiritual gifts, your mysticism, because it's very powerful and it's something very special that you hold within you. And give whatever amount of time, attention, energy, and effort towards this love connection that you feel comfortable doing, okay? And know that as it unfolds, it will do so in divine timing, okay? All right, beautiful being, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it was helpful to you and provided clarity and good vibes and all the good things. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I love you. I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.